Welcome back, humans! You know what day it is. And before I get started, I would appreciate it if you would hit that like button, hit me with a subscription, and turn on those notifications because I'm here twice a week. And my name is Jaime, and with that said, let's get on with some Vince. Things are changing. You know, times are changing really fast. And if you haven't noticed out there, I don't know where the heck you've been. You know, I mean, unless you're a hermit somewhere in some crazy island where you don't get no kind of, no public media, no type of contact with nobody else. You know, if you're out there by yourself somewhere in a deserted island, secluded, is the only way you know that things are changing really quick. Stuff is changing really, really fast. And I don't even know how many people, I can't keep up, and I don't know how many people can keep up. It's going so fast. Things are just going at a rapid pace. And it's almost impossible for you to keep up with some things, like I say, because now you can't say certain things that you used to say, or now you can't do things you used to be able to do, and there's etc. There's a lot of things going on here, and you ain't allowed to do it, And there's a lot of things going on where you ain't allowed to say shit no more either. It's kind of crazy. And it's going at a rapid pace. It's kind of frustrating because you're so used to being a certain way for this so long. We've all been doing this for so long, and now we got to switch it up. We got to switch it up, and it's never been something like this, like the way we've been so free to just, blab our mouths off. It's never been so free before, and now it's like they're eliminating that shit, and limiting that freedom, to jabberjaw, and flap at the gums and say whatever we want, and now it's getting that's why it feels a little stranger than our other things that are changing, Like when they started tapping everything and, and monitoring everything, like everybody was like, oh man, don't do it. Enemy of the State was just a movie. And then the stuff really happens. Now it's happening, But nobody cared. Because it was like you could still go and do whatever you wanted to do and say whatever you wanted to say. And now you can't say what you want to say. Or do a lot of things. But on a lighter note, these are some things that I found here that you could, that don't make any sense anymore. Because the times, as far as, technology and things like that, I think, and some of the, the way we talk and things like that, it just makes no sense anymore. So here's a list of some things I found that just don't make any sense anymore. To any more humans. Tape recorder. Now, how many people use a tape recorder? You know what I mean? I already exposed at my age. I used the tape recorder. You know what I'm saying? But I also was, talking, CDs on the last episode when I was all talking, about the Locks battling Dipset. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you can go to the car and listen to a CD. And that's even old. But to go back to the cassette, I mean, damn, that's old. But a cassette didn't skip. I know that much. I've said this before. A cassette didn't skip. They might get stuck in the tape player or something, and then, you got to put a pen in there and, wind it back up or something, or use your finger and, wind it back up sometimes. But it never skipped. I know that. I'll vouch for that. But anyways, tape recorder. Nobody really uses it anymore. I don't think we can use that word. You can use tape and recorder, but just not together anymore. Unless you're taping up a recorder. And I just think that word just should be used anymore because it's just out of date. Or what about the tube? When people used to be like, I want to turn on the tube, which referred to your TV. You were going to go turn your TV on, but it was like a, tube powered or whatever, and the heat tube coils in the back there. And you had to turn on the tube. And now you just turn on your TV. The TV's just turning on. There's no tubes. I mean, if there is, we don't see those kind. Whatever it is going on. Or the power cords might be might be the new tubes. But it ain't. It ain't called the tube no more. It's just turning on your TV. So I don't think the tube matters anymore unless you're talking about actual tubes. Now tubes can just be tubes and not TVs. In my opinion, this is only my opinion, humans. I'm just saying, tubes should be tubes now, and we should just let them be tubes. They should just be in their own class, and then leave any form of tubes, whatever tubes you use, in the workforce or whatever have you. Just let the tubes be tubes and leave the TVs alone. Now it's TVs, So here's another one I found. Phone lines. Everything's wireless now. There's really not many phone lines to be lining up. So I don't know about phone lines. I think that's another one. I mean, maybe there's still a few. I mean, there is, technically some landlines somewhere. No, I mean, I know there is some. But I'm just saying now it's like really rare. There's not even many phone booths out there, but I'm sure there's some phone booths. You know? There is one actually down here in my neighborhood on my way to work. There's a neighborhood I drive through. It's dented and leaning towards the street because like a car hit it, but it's a real telephone booth. There's a phone on it and everything just hanging down like by the curb. It's just dangling there like a clock, or it might hypnotize you if you look too long because it's just swinging on a windy day. But it hangs there like this, but it's like a real phone booth. But I think phone booth, but like phone lines, like I said, there's no like, not many people be like, oh, I got a phone. And like you got the new cell phone deals on TV. They're like, add a line. Man, it's not a line anymore. You're saying add a phone. Add another phone service because it's like wireless. So I think phone lines would be one. Phone lines are open. The request lines. I guess, you could use request lines. Phone lines. The phone lines are open. I don't know. I just feel like that one's a little bit out of date. I got another one that's like super out of date. And this one refers to like your old radios and TVs like together or anything that had a damn knob on it. When the guys would be on TV or your radio programs. Not like I listen to radio programs. Like, I mean, whatever. I mean, I guess yes you do when you hear them people you're doing the talk radio between the music sometimes. When you listen in the morning. I guess they can be considered, a radio program. But anyways, they would be like, don't touch that dial. And that's another one I think that is outdated. Don't touch that dial. Because you had the dial on your radio, the TV, and they didn't want you to turn that shit. They didn't want you to change the channel. They didn't want you to turn the volume down. Because if you didn't like something, you just go over there. And that was, like I said, I kind of miss those days, but I do like the remote. Only because of the simplicity of things. And now it's just all super complicated when you get a lot of new these. There's just a lot going on sometimes with some of these new things. And you're like, oh, you don't know what does this? I'm like, no, I just like to, turn it on and just watch TV or something. I don't know it does back massages and shit. I just want to watch fucking cable. Just let me watch my programs. No, I'm just kidding. Let me listen to my novellas. No, I'm just playing. But anyways, that's another one. Don't touch that dial. I think we need to get rid of that one. And speaking of dial, like dialing, is anybody dialing anymore? Everything just seems like buttons to me. I don't think anybody's dialing shit. Like let me go dial your number. I don't know. Remember the phone dials? It was an actual dial. Your phone is not a dial anymore. You know what I mean? Unless there's probably going to be a new phone app. Thanks to me. Remember that shit. So you can cut me that check. No, I'm just kidding. But you'll see the little phone dial. When you got to call somebody like da 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 da. Do the set, first you got to get the area code in. You might have get a little carpal tunnel or something. Your wrist gets sore like, or if you fuck up, you got to all start back in the beginning. It sucked back then. So I don't think anybody's really dialing anymore just because based on like your phone, it's just buttons. Or if you talk to your damn phone, you can say, hey, just call this person for me real quick. Call them real quick. Shut up, Siri. Call them. I get mad at Siri sometimes because Siri don't never pronounce nothing. She right ever for nothing. I be telling her to call my sister all the time, and she'll just try to call somebody else, or she'll just say my sister's name all jacked up. And they're like, you can teach Siri, how to say the names the way you want them. And I'm like, no, man, because I tried that shit, and she still can't do it. And I get mad and frustrated at Siri. And I'm like, look, just call her, and I'll say my sister's name, and then she'll be like saying some wrong shit. She'll be like, Larry. I'm like, what the hell? Steve. And I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I get frustrated. Then I got to, get over here and just scroll and try to find her name and shit because the damn phone don't want to say her name. I can't even say her name on there. It gets me all pissed off. Damn Siri. Then you fix that technology when we ain't got to use Siri because, man, she frustrates me. Or whatever phone you use. But that lady gets me mad because she don't know shit. I mean, for me, she gives me a hard time. Maybe she does it on purpose. Don't let me find you, Siri. No, I'm just kidding. I'll unplug your main, wherever you are. I'll unplug you. All right, so I got another one. I guess you could still use this one, but anyways, Kodak moments. That's a Kodak moment. Well, while you're having that moment, I'm going to take a picture with my cell phone, and share it on all my freaking social medias in like 2 minutes. And during your Kodak moment, while you're taking it to the store and waiting for it to develop. You know what I'm saying? This one's coming out instantly, like bing, 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 bing. I get it filtered and all that shit and take off all the, and make it all smooth and, give me some good lighting. You know what I'm saying? And then pow, 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 and just post that shit while you're taking your Kodak moment like, it's already done and all over the world. Or if you're popular, the shit just like viral already while you're taking your moment. No, but I know there's like vintage cameras and people like that vintage photography and things like that. But I'm just saying nowadays it's more like, not that, the Kodak moments are like really quick. Like really quick. Just like click, it's up. You can even push a button. Instantly share. Automatically share. Do you want to share this? Like, yes, where? And you can just be like, here, here, and here. Done. And then the shit is up. During your slow ass Kodak moment where you're still at the, taking it to your local store that does still photo developing, and they all laugh at you when you come in there, and the shit looks old as hell, They don't even use it anymore. They let you do it. They're like, go ahead, put your memory stick in there. Put your technology in this machine so it'll make your old school pictures for you. Stuff like that. But, yeah, the Kodak moment. Or what about the jungle gym? I don't even know why it's not in a jungle. It's not in a jungle. They don't never put it in a jungle, and it was never a gym. But to me, the jungle gym was like boring because like nobody ever wanted to climb. You would start to climb on it, try to be like the one to start climbing. Everybody just starts looking at you and just want to stand inside and just bullshit. At least I did when I was a kid. They're like, oh, I guess we're supposed to do that. So I would just drop in, and we're standing in the jungle gym. And it's not that exciting. I mean, but we're all just talking in there. What are you going to do in a jungle gym? We're all talking. And then as you got older, the jungle gym, the kids started smoking. So it was like, it wasn't that exciting in the jungle gym. It was like, that was it. It was it. The jungle gym was more like a little spot to chill. It was like an igloo with no walls. And that's, and there's, like I said, you should just change the name to like, dome bars or some shit. Bar domes. Or boring-ass domes. Or the hangout spot. Or the wallless igloo. Who knows? But I just think the jungle gym is one of those. I just don't think, it's a gym or a jungle. And it's not in a jungle. It ain't even in the woods. It's usually they're at a park. And now they got these zip lines. When my son was little, I take him to this park and they hit like zip lines and stuff. But like the zip line was like a little too short, man. I think they should have made it a little longer because it was like, I know kids can't maybe hang on too long, but this thing was like I get at top speed and then just like all of a sudden stop. It was like just stop all of a sudden. When the kid's almost like looks like, from your eyesight, it almost looks like he's going like over 20 miles per hour or something, and you're about to catch your kid. You know what I'm saying? And he hits the fucking at the end. It's just like 4x4s. Some of them are steel, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they're just like right at the end. You're like, you better be there to stop your kid. There's no padding at the end. And they're just supposed to just stop all of a sudden, like ka-ching. It's like some Ninja Warrior shit. You lose. There's no water puddle, though. Your kid's down there. Or they might let go too soon at that top speed. So you kind of got to run next to him. My son's grown out, but when I was little, it's like, damn. Now, that was like a crazy, that was more like a gym. That was more like a gym for the parents. I don't know what they're like now because my son's grown. I have to make my way out there and take a peek. Walk through the local park. Take the dog out. And be like, see if there's a jungle gym or if they still have that short zip line where I used to take them. I'll say, I'll go to that park, see where I used to take them, see if they still have that short, I'm going to cut your life short zip line because that thing would go so fast and just like stop all of a sudden. Like, skirt, that's it. This is the end. There's nothing else. And yeah, so like I said, and then there was poles right at the end. I'm wondering how many kids, hit that at the end with their parents just thought the kids, oh, look at them go. And they're at the back end pushing them, starting them off like, look at Jimmy go. And at the end it's like kapow. And then, yeah. You hear that same noise every time, and everybody, all the parents make that same noise right until you hear that, until you hear that cry. You're all just like, and then it's like, yeah. Now you got to go find them and see what happened. You ever notice? I mean, this was just me. I mean, I noticed this it wasn't just me, and I noticed this. Other parents, like as soon as your kid cries, people start looking around, and then you look around too. I mean, it's your kid, and for some reason you look around. Everybody's like, everybody looks at you, and you're just like, oh shit, I guess that's me. I'm it. Tag. You know what I'm saying? But everybody I notice does that. It'd be somebody else's kid gets hurt, and then they look around too, like, shit, I guess that is me. And then they got to go take. That's kind of weird. I noticed that. I wonder if anybody else noticed that, humans. But I noticed other parents do that. When my son was younger, and when somebody gets hurt, everybody's like, prairie dogs and start looking all around for some stuff. But another one, I think, I'll end it with this one. Another one I think is totally outdated. Maybe not so much outdated. I mean, yeah, it is outdated, but I mean, you could still use it, but it's just inaccurate. It's just an inaccurate one. So I think it makes no sense. And the one is nuke it. Everybody used to say put it in the microwave and nuke it. Like, what do you want to do with these burritos? Nuke it. I got some Red Baron pizzas. Nuke it. But last time I checked, microwaves aren't ran on nuclear power. They're not nuclear at all. So so I think just nuke it. I guess you could still use it, but I'm just saying I just feel like it doesn't make sense because, it's not nuclear. Did I say nuclear? It's not nuclear. Yeah. So regardless of nuclear or nuclear, I think nuclear sounds better. Nuclear it. I mean, yeah, that's kind of too long. I guess you could still say nuke it, but it's just not nuclear. So anyways, a way early episode, I had a bad mishap. We were, it was during the early stages of our, first lockdown, back in the old 20s. And so I ordered some TP, and it took, it came back all mangled, and it came, after shit, we was back opening shit up already. That's when it came. And it looked like it was came out of the tar pits of wherever. It was just full of tar, it was somebody just stuffed it in a car engine, for insulation on my delivery truck or something. And they just forgot about it for 2 months or 3 months or 4 months or something like that. It was crazy, man. It took forever. So, you know what I'm saying? There was all these mangled up TP rolls that looked like these little baby ones that didn't, look like what the hell you ordered. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, I thought I ordered toilet paper. And they were like, oh, no, this is one wipe use. This is one-time use toilet paper. That's why it's just little. Whatever. But this is what I'm talking about here. This is when you order things online and you have these mishaps, So that's what I found here. I found some other, and I put together some, and some people shared with me some of these, when online order mishaps. And I hope you enjoyed them, humans, because I did, and I thought you guys would, and I just thought I would share them with you. And like I said before, if you're new to the channel, I'd appreciate a subscription and, a like and turn on your notifications because I'm here twice a week. And my name is Jaime, and I shall continue on these online order mishaps. Man, oh man. Okay. This guy orders a tank top, okay? He orders a tank top online from Amazon. When you think all these online companies, you get these good experiences. Bad ones come too. Like I said, I spoke about mine with the toilet paper. And then this guy here, this gentleman, orders himself a tank top, thinking he's getting something, what he ordered, a nice, what people would call the WB. I don't know if I can even say that, name anymore about the tank tops. Or, if people get mad about the tank top, if I call it the, what, tank top. So that's a stereotype name for the tank top anyways. But you know which one I'm talking about. Anyways, so he ordered this tank top, and it showed up. And when when it shows up, it wasn't quite what he ordered. Obviously. So it ended up being a dress. Not only a dress, like a dress, like a regular dress. It was this dress. So sometimes you got to, be careful on what you order because if you see the picture he ordered from, obviously it wasn't what he got in his delivery. But on a good note, at least it makes your butt look nice. So, a guy and this girl, they're in a good relationship. They're taking it to the, they're planning on trying to, test out a long-distance relationship. His girlfriend's going back to college. So he decides to get her a gift and order her a pillow But not just any pillow. I guess you can go to this website and order like a specialty pillow where you can put images on your pillow and messages. So he decided to put his face on her pillow. So, he sent them the picture, ordered the pillow, and delivered the pillow to her. And when she opened the pillow, it wasn't quite what he ordered. I mean, it was what he ordered, but he didn't think it was going to come out looking like this. Like, man, it looks like somebody airbrushed a big potato. Like, if you see it looks like a big potato painted. You know what I'm saying? Look at it. That's crazy. Or it looks like when you get too close to a doorknob. Like, remember those old school shiny doorknobs? And then, like, if you got too close to it, it looked like a Busta Rhymes video. Like that fisheye lens. Almost like the fisheye lens, you know what I'm saying? And, like, damn, man. I mean, that looks horrible. That would scare the shit out of me and give me nightmares. I'd be going to college like, fuck you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're about to break up from here. I ain't going to call you. I'll send you fucking wedding invitations or something. You're going to send me this scary-ass pillow. It's here, the scary as hell. I don't know if you guys remember the Meatballs movie. There was a Meatballs where these aliens came. And one of the gray-headed aliens, and his name was Meathead. They called him Meathead. That's what the hell this looks like, Meathead. Or like a big giant potato, or like somebody just put a camera real close to a regular potato, and some artist like drew this picture on there. Or like somebody had a potato, and they had this picture, and they like shrunk wrap it over a potato. Damn. That would be messed up. Look how far the eyes look and shit. Like, I would just be afraid to make eye contact. And then it's like you could see the reflection of his eye, like in the eye lens, like his eyeball. Like whatever, when he took the picture, at least that reflection came out. What was he looking at right there? I wonder if it was the cameraman or something. Or the people that made the image. Like, look at this. You know what I'm saying? We're going to send her the alien head. And you got this. I'd be mad as hell. But it also is funny. I mean, it would be lasting memories, for sure. And then you want to be careful. You definitely want to be careful if you're going to start to order something like beauty products. Because you just never know if you get what you're going to order. I mean, you look at the packages and you can't always go off the picture. I mean, I've said this numerous of times. You got to be careful what you look at. You got to just totally get the info. Make sure everything is right. You know what I'm saying? Read the specifics. When they show like the dimensions, maybe show the dimensions of something. But that might not be accurate either, because the dimensions on my order said a whole different thing. And when I got these little baby one users, you got beauty products that end up doing shit like this. You get stuff like this, and and then you're just stuck with it. Or you can send it back, but it's also funny to have, fun with it and, make a joke. But you got to be careful with your beauty products. You just never know, man. You just never damn know. The same with furniture. Like I said, you can't believe the picture all the time, man. Like, this person here was buying furniture for their apartment, and got a nice table and was like, oh, this chair is nice. It's cute. And they bought it. And then they got this. That's, sometimes you can't go out that picture, man. You should go on those reviews and see what happens. Like people were like, oh, this was such a great chair. My Barbies loved it. Maybe there was comments in there like that and you didn't read it, Or they were like, we love these. We're cousins. We're all gnomes. We didn't know the gnomes all bought them. The family of gnomes bought them. Or they were Elf on a Shelf reviews. They were like, oh, man, these chairs are the best. And you just bought them. Like, oh, man, look at these good reviews. But you didn't know they were from, gnomes and elves. You got to be careful. You just got to be careful. You got to be careful what you do. So, because like I said, I'm sure the pictures show one thing, but then when you get the order, it's a whole nother thing. Like a friend of mine, decided to share this one. They ordered a copy of 50 Shades of Grey on eBay. And they got this. And this is no joke, humans. That really got sent to them. This. Not my friend. Like I said, it said, the way the story came on this list I found, it said, my friend ordered 50 Shades of Grey on eBay. And this is what they received. This list of different shades of gray. You bitch. I'd be mad as hell at you Oh, whoever took my order. Yes, I swore. And I don't know what sex you were or whatever you were. I'm just saying bitch because that was a bitch move. And it's probably another thing you can't say anymore. Oh, that was a bitch move. When I said you can't say shit no more. And stuff like that. Oh, man, that was a bitch move. I don't know if you can say that anymore. Or will bitch be a word that we're always still allowed to say because a lot of people say it still? Like, I mean, it's used everywhere. Like, quit being a bitch. You know, oh, that dude's a little bitch. Or when the girl's being, oh, bitch. And same with a dude, what bitch? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if we're going to be allowed to say that anymore, but I hope we do. I hope that one gets to the, stays universal because that one's like, it doesn't offend anybody. It can mean so many things. As much, it's very, and it can be used universally and it doesn't have to be put with a culture. And everybody can admit to that. It can use it universally and it doesn't even need to have a culture on it. So we should still be everybody should still be allowed to say bitch. And use bitch the way we use bitch. I'm just saying. I hope you guys agree with me on that. I'm serious. Because I think that's one word that doesn't really have a culture on it, but you can use it so many ways. That's all I'm saying. I hope we get to use it. Because I just used it a damn lot. Damn. Somebody's going to bitch about it. I'm sure. And this family wanted to take a chance on that Wish website and decided they were going to take a chance because this blanket looked really nice and warm. It looked all quilted in like big braid, fabric. And so they took the chance, and they took the chance and this is what they got. It looked like just a big string. One big like string. I wonder if they're supposed to make the blanket themselves. I don't know. I guess maybe that's what it is, but they didn't send the instructions. Like some assembly required. Or they didn't say like this only makes one of the big braids that you see in the picture. And you got to buy like 800 more. That's why the price was so good, to get to make your whole blanket. Because if you look at it, it looks like they're all tied in a braid. So it looks like you're going to have to learn to make the blanket instead of or make mops. Make mops out of it, or use it for Halloween. You could be like a scary ghost, or put it on your trees like some, I don't know, like some like old zombie wraps or something. Who knows? But damn, I'd get mad as hell. They thought they were buying. They kind of had they had a clue. They had a clue that they might be getting, gypped over it, but they wanted to take the chance because it looked nice. So I guess they knew what they were getting into, and they took the gamble. And I guess you got to do that sometimes. I guess you got to do that. Oh man. So another person purchased a punching bag, heavy bag from a website that was from, I think it was in China. I think it was a website from China. And they purchased this punching bag, which really looked nice. Looked like it has like some insignia on there. And it was like going to be used for, working out, doing some kicks and punches on there. So I guess a tear happened on it. Like it got torn. And then the bag started feeling weird. Like when the guy was hitting the bag, it felt like it had like a weird feeling on the bag. So he decided to, open the tear more and decided to cut the bottom off. And the thing looked like it was just full of trash. Like recycled trash. There was paper plates in there. I mean, I don't know what is in there. Like shredded up plastic. Looks like black garbage bags. All kinds, like old cassette wrappings. Because cassettes are old. So it's like, this is where they go. They go inside old punching bags from this website. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So this is what this guy got. And I'd be mad as heck. You know what I'm saying? I'd be super mad. I would be super pissed if that's what I got. Also, I don't think I would ever buy this, what is it? So I found this one, and these people purchased, they were starting to get into fitness and thought they were, track their progress, and they decided to buy a scale. But when the scale arrived, they received this scale. I guess like even when they read the reviews, they should have like read them clearly. Like I said, it was probably somebody like, oh, this scale was great. My Barbie's getting in shape now. You know what I'm saying? My Barbie's in great shape. Man, oh man. So this dude here, actually, I'm sorry, this woman here purchased these shoes. I tried to jump the gun and skip to my last one, but this woman purchased these shoes, and like I said, sometimes you might want to read the reviews super clearly, or maybe go past the first few that could be from the people that started the website or something, or started the shoes on there, because when they received the shoes, man, oh man, they look like almost like them shoes that they used to sell back in the day for the jumpers program. When we was all younger and wanted to dunk, everybody wanted to dunk because of Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So they had these things called a jumper program. They gave you these shoes with these like things in the front, so you would be on your tippy toes and make your calves all strong and stuff like that. And that's what these shoes remind me of right here. Like, they just were making them, and they were like, oh, we only got, size 4s left. It'll fit. They just stuck them on there. Like, it's good. Or they went the ones from the picture on the top, they ripped off there and just glued them on these ones. I'd be mad about that. I'd be mad about that and be looking for my money right now. Be looking for that money. And these guys, apparently these guys bought a 3-foot pool. Literally. I guess online the description said it was going to be up to 3 feet. And they could fill it up to 3 feet. And little did they know it was going to be just like for real 3 feet for real. For real, only 3 feet. And that's what I got on the online order mishaps. I hope you enjoyed those, humans, because those were a lot of fun. And like I said, I've been waiting for this fight, and now this fight is coming Saturday, but it's a different opponent. Manny still has a chance to win the belt, but Earl Spence caught an injury, and a lot of people were calling BS on some things and asking if it was a little suspicious. It was a little suspicious, so much that supposedly he was going to possibly get his belt stripped. And I think he avoided getting his belt stripped. And he got to keep his belts. That's cool, I guess. But he didn't get to fight Manny this Saturday, and he got replaced by this guy named, his last name is Ugas. And I'm still excited about the fight. This could be maybe it was one of his last times fighting. This could be one of his last fights. And I want to witness it. I want to watch it. Big fan of the guy, and hope he leaves with a victory. I don't know if he's going to retire. He kind of said he still might want to do a couple more fights with a couple opponents, a couple more big names, which is crazy awesome and crazy just crazy because how old he is and stuff, man. He's just going to do it. But yeah, this fight's this Saturday. I'm excited about it. The weigh-in's coming in Friday. They did a press conference today, and I don't know too much about the guy. Like I said, I looked up some of his highlights. Looks like a pretty good boxer. Looks kind of like a bigger guy. Looks like bigger than Manny. Most guys are. And but he does look a little slow. So we'll see what happens. But he does look like a pretty good boxer. He gave Sean Porter a good fight. Sean Porter's no joke, and he gave Sean Porter a good fight. And so he looks like a pretty good fighter. And he's really probably got nothing to lose. He's probably getting a nice paycheck, getting a big name on his resume, whether he wins or loses. And people are going to now, whether he wins or loses, a bunch of people now know his name. So this could be really good for him. And but I'm more excited, like I said, to see Manny. Hopefully, I hope he wins. I hope he goes out there and, still has more speed in the guy and can move the legs works. And my man's just too slow. And then Manny has like a performance of a lifetime. Because I thought he did really good against Thurman too, man. His last fight was really good. And so if he can continue that same energy in this fight, I think he's just got a chance to possibly dominate, do well again. Possibly win probably win unanimously, you know what I'm saying? To where there's no chance of a robbery. But some people are thinking that he's set up for a robbery. He fought this guy, Jeff Horn, and, Teddy Atlas even yelled at him, thought he lost. Everybody kind of thought he lost. And it was just a dirty fight altogether. And that's where people are calling, dirty game in boxing and stuff like that, because they think they're trying to make this guy fight Manny dirty, and the judges are going to let it happen. And then Manny don't have to fight Spence, and Spence can go on to greatness by avoiding Manny Pacquiao. And that's like the conspiracy and like how people piece that shit together, And you listen to that, you're like, man, that's a possibility, damn, because boxing's pretty crazy. There's some crooked guys in there. So you could think that could happen, So people think, so I'm going to be watching this with a really close eye, because either Manny's just going to dominate and not let anything go into those people's hands, not let the judges, rob him and maybe knock my man out, because he got enough in the tank to knock him out. I mean, he had enough to put Keith Thurman on his butt one time. Then he hurt him in like the 9th or 10th round with a body shot. So, I mean, what if my man just takes too many shots and Manny drops him? You know what I'm saying? What if he just drops my man? And he just gets shocked the world again at his age. It's like, Pacquiao. And then he fucking hurts Ugas. And then Ugas hits the dick. So you just never know what you're going to get, man. And that's why I'll be watching. Like I said, they said their fights are going to get dirty. And they're going to let Manny get all roughed up by this guy. And the judges it's going to be real close. And the judges are going to rob Manny of the title. And then they're going to let Spence, take the belts from Ugas. And he'll probably beat Ugas easily. So that's what's going down, but not if Manny has nothing to do with it. What if he comes in Saturday and just puts my man out? He just puts my man out like bing, bing, bing. Like I said, just knocks him out with his speed and power, and then that's it. So I'm excited to see this fight. I'm like I said, the weigh-ins this Friday, and I'm excited. I can't wait to see this fight, and I hope you guys check it out because I'll be definitely checking it out. Maybe I'll do a little post-fight the next Wednesday. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I might have too many events in the way. Because a lot of people do a lot of crazy stuff, and that's how it goes. And well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you did, like I said, I would appreciate it if you would hit me with a like and a subscription and turn on those notifications because I'm here twice a week. And my name is Jaime. And this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. Till next time, humans. See ya.